Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike, and thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. We're continuing a conversation we started on Monday about tips to maybe make life a little bit easier, a little less stressful, a little less burdensome at times. We started it off on Monday, remember, talking about like when we schedule our closings and scheduling them all at the last couple of days of each month. Friday, April the 28th, just really makes life hard and stressful on everybody because the lenders and the attorneys just simply, and I guess all the other vendors around your customers making a move, like moving companies, and they can't hire for the last couple of days of each month. So they're just overtaxed. And it makes life really stressful. It's one of the big reasons why you see so many deals getting pushed out a week or two, and then everybody has to scramble and rearrange their plans, and it makes home buying very stressful. Why do we do that? More importantly, why aren't we being the trusted advisor and advising our clients that, look, I get the interest adjustment, but here's a couple of reasons why you may not want to do that. Why aren't we advising them like that? And yesterday we talked about contingency periods and why we do this to ourselves. Why don't you control in your contract negotiation when your contingency periods expire? Because having them expire at 11:59 p.m. Means that it will be not crazy that you will be up at 10:30, 11, 11:30 up against a hard deadline still working. It didn't have to be that way. You could have made the contingency period expire anytime you and the other side agreed that it would. You could make them expire at 4 p.m. on business days, Monday through Friday, so that you're not up at midnight trying to cram something in at the last minute. We just make it so hard on ourselves sometimes. Today I want to go a little bit different direction with you. For those of you that take listings, have you ever had this? You get the property under contract, the buyer does their due diligence period, they hire a home inspector. That's prudent, right? We're not going to, we would never tell a home buyer not to have a property inspected. Of course they should. They should know what they're purchasing. The home inspector's job is to give, hopefully, an accurate representation of the property's condition. Okay, let's say the home inspector does a good job. Have you ever had this where now the buyer wants everything that the home inspector found to be fixed? And then how does your seller respond to that? Do they ever get emotional? Do they ever get really worked up about it? And then it becomes a fight, a point of contention, and then maybe you end up losing that contract and now you have to go sell the house again? It does beg the question, right? How many times do I have to sell a listing before I can get paid? Do I have to sell it 3 or 4 times to get paid once? Well, I say this. Why is a home inspection report a surprise to your seller? Why are they so shocked? Why didn't they, before they even put the house on the market or as they're putting the house on the market, why didn't they do a home inspection of their own so that they wouldn't be shocked down the road and you wouldn't have had your listing off the market for a week or two, and now there's this big bone of contention because the buyer doesn't want to buy a property that's got repair issues and the seller feels like they're being messed with? Why didn't the seller just get a home inspection as they were putting the house up for sale? And then they would have a thorough representation of the property. They wouldn't be surprised. What if they actually did this? What if they did what a lot of the luxury car companies do? Let's take Lexus, for example. What does Lexus do with their used car program? Well, they know that the biggest objection that people have with purchasing a used vehicle is they don't want to inherit somebody else's problems. So Lexus came up with their certified pre-owned car program, right? And what that simply is before they put a used car up for sale, they put it through an inspection process, and anything they can find that is deficient with the car, they repair it, and then they certify that all issues found with this car have been repaired. It offers the buyer of the used car some peace of mind. It actually increases the value of the used car to prospective purchasers. Could your sellers not do the same thing? Could they not hire a home inspector, and the items that the home inspector found that were deficient, could they not have them repaired and then bring the inspector back out and have the inspector issue a statement, a written statement saying, yeah, everything I could find that was wrong with this house has been corrected to a satisfactory method? And could you not leave that out on the kitchen table for people to see? And if you did that, would that offer prospective buyers some more peace of mind? Would it differentiate your listing on the marketplace? Would it eliminate the fights and hassles? Would it eliminate you having to sell that listing 3 or 4 times to get paid once? Would it do any of these things? Now, somebody listening to me right now say, well, yes, Mike, but that means my seller's now paying for an inspection. Well, yeah, it does. So maybe they pay, I don't know, $400 to $600 for the inspection, whatever it is, right? But what happens when they don't do that? When buyers get back a list of deficient items in their home inspection, do they accurately imagine what the cost to cure is going to be, or do they exaggerate it? Does the little water stain in one corner of one ceiling now mean that the house needs an all-new roof? So before you start telling me that $500 is this unreasonable burden that your home seller should incur, what I want to say is it's chump change compared to not doing it. Because home buyers are going to inflate the cost to repair the items. They're going to inflate the severity of the items in their mind. It is human nature. It is going to impact the time on the market, because when you take your house off the market for 10 to 14 days and now you've got to put it back on, you are losing time on the market. It is going to impact what they can sell their property for. And all of that is just so much more than the cost of the home inspection. And we haven't even talked about the big issue, which was the point of even bringing it up today. It eliminates the stress, the hassle, the fight, right? And it allows your customers to have a more pleasant, stress-free transaction. Why are real estate transactions so high on the stress chart? Because of these kind of things. Because we try to set our closings up on the last day of the month, and we make our due diligence and other contingency periods expire at midnight on weekends and holidays and all kinds of crazy stuff. And we know that the listing is going to have to go through an inspection process at some point, but we wait till the property's under contract to put it through that inspection point, and now we've got a fight on our hands. And everybody feels like the other side is trying to take advantage of them, when all of this could be handled so much better. And I think the net result of all this is you're going to sell more homes in less time with a lot less stress and fight. And I think if you did all that, you would be going out and making it happen for yourself today.